telecommunication sector is a highly competitive, rapidly changing and dynamic industry that has come to reflect significant shifts in social behavior and interaction. The rise of mobile telephone has transformed the communication landscape across the archipelago by connecting friends, relatives, and business users in both major islands and far-flung areas of the country. This is MNC Business. We are the first business channel in Indonesia, and you are on Economic Bus. Indonesia's mobile phone market is unique in its size, scope, and market trends. The key trends that have driven major mobile phone markets in developed countries nowadays is also expected to take place in Indonesia as well. Telecommunication industries from mobile phones continue to be the star performer of consumer electronics in Indonesia. Possession of mobile phones has grown rapidly over the historic period, and it was not uncommon for consumers to have several mobile phones devices recently. Mobile phones are still set for a bright future in Indonesia, with the penetration rate expected to keep improving to reach optimal level towards 2016 at least. Overall volume growth will stabilize, with feature phone sales starting to decline compared to the still healthy volume growth, while smartphones are set to post a double-digit volume over the forecast period. The world's fourth most populous nation of Indonesia is not surprisingly the region's largest smartphone market. Its combined feature phone and smartphone volume sales grew steadily in total, with individual segments reflecting concurrent growth respectively. Although nearly 4 in every 5 mobile phones sold in the country are still feature phones due to their greater affordability, increasing number of consumers here are embracing smartphones, which registered soaring sales of units over the previous years. Insights from the leading global market research company revealed that consumers in this region bought additional million units of feature phone. However, it is the intensifying popularity of smartphones that is accounting for the larger proportion of the total mobile phone market worth. What can be noted from the recent business market in cellular industry and the telecommunication business in Indonesia? From several resources, MNC Business Report for Economic Bus. And to have a deeper business view about cellular market in Indonesia, we have Mr. Aditya Teja, Senior Manager, Client Service Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. Mr. Teja, thank you so much for your time. You've been recommended by Mr. Jeffrey Bahat. We have him. Maybe best regard to him for this evening. Okay. We would like to talk something new from Spire Research. Earlier we talked about this market research, but now we also have the Senior Manager, Client Service Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting as well. So far, what do you think when we talk about this kind of market potential for the telecommunication industry before we talk about the cellular market in more particular?
Okay, so right now we have like more than 300 million subscribers by the end of 2013. So it's served by approximately like 10 operators in Indonesia. As you see, our population just like 240 million. So it's more than 100% penetration. So we can say the market is a bit saturated right now. And it's interesting to see how operators are competing with each other to grab a share for
I see. I'm so interested with your word when you said it's becoming saturated. To what level actually we can expect this market saturation? Don't you think that one day it will really reach the maximum level and then becoming over-saturated? How would you define the word saturated here, by the way?
It's more on the, if you see, based on the population, so it's 240 million something population, and see the total number of mobile subscribers is even more. So it means that one customer have more than one mobile number, right? So we can say that the market is a bit saturated because right now I think in Indonesia especially in the market it's common that one people more than have one number.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Multiple devices we are talking about.
Yes, and more devices are coming, and probably if you remember back then in 2008 and 2009, there's a one device for multiple cards.
Yeah.
It's pretty famous in there. So it's interesting to see how our people are trying to see the benefit of each operator and use it simultaneously.
And that's the time where the business could see or grab the opportunity in Indonesia. I believe that Indonesian market are so much dynamic when we talk about fulfilling and meeting their requests in terms of the service or anything related to the industry for the telecommunication. What are specific or typical characteristic of Indonesian market that the business people or industry must understand and put into consideration?
Okay. Indonesian market is a bit unique if you compare it to the other countries probably. If you can see, for example, like Singapore and Malaysia, they have more postpaid subscribers to the prepaid subscribers. It means that the people that subscribing regularly to the operators is small. Indonesia is the other way around. Now we have like 98% of our subscribers is prepaid. So it's easier for people in Indonesia to switch between the operators in changing their package and in just using the other operators. So it's a different market.
Does it then make it very challenging and tough when we talk about maintaining the customer preference over a service, let's say from one compared to other operator?
Yes.
Are they easy to be swifted in terms of preferences? Like once I feel depressed with your service, I just move to the other operator.
Yes, correct. That's why the operators have to find a way to like serve the customer to get their attention or to use the service like loyal, because as we know that it's easier for us to change the number, and when the people change they use they tend to not throw away the previous SIM card. They just keep it just in case the other operators will have a better package in the switch. So it's a tricky marketing program for the operators to.
Since you're also talking based on your personal experience, by switching from one number over others, then in this case, what can we do in terms of finding the best strategy, at least finding the loophole in terms of avoiding this kind of disengagement with our customer?
I think we need to find what we call is customer experience. So we have three device that will contribute to this is the device manufacturer, the operator, and the customer itself.
Yeah.
So when talking about the customer experience, so operator have to find a nice package or a good value proposition for the customer to use their service, right? But for device manufacturer, they have to give them a good performance with the device, and so the customer will attach to those kind of device and network. So when they attach to something, they will more likely loyal to those brands and probably pay higher for the service or just to upgrade the device into the.
Because just like any other business line, in the end we are really concerning about this kind of consumer engagement, right? You talk about this kind of tough competition. When we talk about the competition climate in Indonesia, I would like to ask you, how then this industry already been well regulated? Are we experiencing a healthy competition climate? Maybe you can hold it for the second. Thank you so much, Mr. Teja. Make sure you are still with us on Economic Bus. We are discussing about cellular market in Indonesia. This is MNC Business Channel.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
Negeri ini memiliki jutaan mimpi. Rakyat mendambakan kehidupan yang makmur dan sejahtera. Rakyat membutuhkan pemimpin yang berintegritas, yang mau peduli dan memberi solusi, mewujudkan harapan untuk masa depan. Saatnya mengubah negeri dengan hati nurani.
Demokratik, bersih, peduli, tegas. As the morning sun shows its magnificent smile, greeting you as you start your day. is packed with full of hustle and bustle, along with the development of the stock exchange index. With integrity and accurate news sources, we present the first and the most comprehensive business channel. It is our call to enhance the infrastructure and economic well-being of this country. You will be the first to know about the government's market policies. Because we are the best business guide for you. At NC Business, put you first, do you best. The first business channel in Indonesia.
Special report only on MNC Business.
Research and Consulting. It's about empowering you with the knowledge to decide. Our research and consulting outputs are built on validation from multiple sources among customers and the wider business environment. This ensures findings that are rigorously well supported and can be defended confidently to internal and external audiences. The research process is overseen by a capable, hands-on leadership team that is involved not only in winning signals, but also in the research execution, fieldwork, and reporting processes. Spire's core focus is total market environment research, understanding not only customers, but also competitors, distribution channels, legal and regulatory factors, and other market features. Our capabilities span the full gamut of strategic research solutions, from customer research, channel and pricing research, to value chain and competitor analysis, business partner selection, and financial feasibility. We are passionate about helping you to make winning decisions. Because we depend on repeat clients, we do not treat each study in isolation. Instead, we connect the dots between research findings and studies so as to maximize the relevance and value of our work. With this decision-based approach, we avoid academic reports in favor of clear and concise findings, together with practical advice on how to get the best market results from the least effort. With our sizable network of researchers in 30 countries, as well as international advisors and expert resource persons across key industries, our clients benefit not only from traditional research outputs, but from our deep industry expertise. At the same time, we actively seek to give back to society. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we aspire to make the world a better place in the communities where we operate. At Spire, you can be assured of unsurpassed quality, unwavering reliability, and an uncompromising passion to exceed your expectations. Spire Research and Consulting. We empower you with the knowledge to decide.
We would like to greet you business people in Singapore. You're on Economic Buzz, the English talk show program that outlook the economic issue for your business. We are still talking about cellular market in Indonesia. We have Mr. Aditya Teja, Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. Knowledge to decide. That's the main tagline of Spire Research and Consulting. We should talk also about this on the second half of the talk show. Anyway, Mr. Teja, you mentioned about this kind of competition. When it comes about competition climate in a business environment, how do you see within Indonesia context when we talk about how well regulated assets should be considered as healthy, when we talk about this kind of mushrooming industry in telecommunication?
Okay, so yes, as you can see, there's 10 operators in Indonesia. I think in terms of business, it's a bit crowded. I think if you
10 is already crowded.
Correct. Yes, and we see that the next level of this environment would be the market consolidations. A few years ago, there's some operators CDMA are merging together just to survive in this tight competition of the telco business in Indonesia. And last year, by the end of this year and early this year, I think one of GSM operators is having a cooperation and merging together. So it's expected to market consolidation is expected to be seen after this.
So one thing for sure, market consolidation is something inevitable, something cannot be avoided. But will it work effectively when we talk about this kind of market consolidation? Because I believe each business player, they have their own mission and their interest background, the one they need to pursue when we talk about this kind of goal in terms of doing business.
Right. So in this telecommunication business, there's two way. It's the customer base and from the regulation side. So from the government side, they have a limited frequency to be allocated to the customer player, so the telco operators. So to serve like more than 300 million customers, they will not have all the frequency to use by one operator. They have to separate it evenly. So by then, the smaller operator will likely more struggle to have gain the market share. So the one thing that they can do is merging with the bigger one and to keep survive.
At least for the time being, that's the best strategy they can take and enact it. Right. You mentioned about neighboring countries like Malaysia and Singapore. 10 operator within the initial market itself can be already considered by your standpoint already crowded. What happened to our neighboring countries? What happened to be in Singapore? Maybe based on your standpoint, are they also suffering this kind of overcrowded business player in the telecommunication industry, or they have find the way out in terms of making this becoming much simple and practical in business?
Okay. Looking at Singapore market, I think the market is, as I mentioned before, is a more mature market. So there's only 3 players there, and a few of, we call it like smaller operators just to grab the niche market. So I think looking at the neighbor market like Singapore or Malaysia, it's already in a good place. I think the competition is healthy and mature. So it's different with the Indonesian. I think Indonesian telco is still looking for its best form to compete, because from the 10 operator, I think the big 3 operator will have the like 70-80% market, and the rest are between the 7 operators. So it's not healthy in terms of business. So I think they have to find a way.
And what makes it much more interesting is you say like they still even find the way to compete, or the best, the ideal proper strategy in business in terms to compete. So you are implying that we are still in the initial stage of finding the best way in running the business in this industry. Then who are we targeting when in the end we talk about this kind of consumer engagement, so we can outperform through our business?
So you know that one customer can have more than one device, right? So the market is still there. So it's depends on the operator or how to get those market. Then we do have one terms instead of market share for customer base. Now is the operators are looking for the wallet share. So let me put it this way. So you have like $10 for your telecommunication budget monthly, and you know that you have more than one mobile cellular number, right? So the operators will try to grab as much as your budget to go to them. So it's from the $10, probably operator A will get $6, operator B will get $3, then the rest small operator will get $1. It calls wallet share. So I think now the game will be grabbing the wallet share from other operator. It's like cannibalizing some.
I see. A new business vocabulary for us this evening, Mr. Teja. Instead of market share, we should start also focusing and concentrating on the wallet share. Let's talk about this, especially based on the research done by Spire Research and Consulting. It's left on the segment. And more on the discussion about cellular market in Indonesia will be brought to you soon. Stay with us on Economic Buzz. This is MNC Business Channel.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
Selamat malam pemirsa, saya Rostori Tomo.
Sajian berita paling aktual.
Berita tentang Manado yang lumpuh total.
Buat Anda lebih dekat dengan kejadian di sekitar kita.
Selamat malam dan selamat menyaksikan berita pilihan.
Dalam berita pilihan. Special report only on MNC Business.
The development of fiber optic cable industry in Indonesia is expected to be more encouraging given the fast growth of its consuming industries like telecommunication industry. Fiber optic cable industry in Indonesia grows very promising, particularly following the expansion of the industry as cables are used for communication network. Everywhere on this planet, hair-thin optical fibers carry vast quantities of information from place to place. There are many desirable properties of optical fibers for carrying this information. They have enormous information carrying capacity, low cost, and possess immunity from the many disturbances that can afflict electrical wires and wireless communication links. The superiority of optical fibers for carrying information from place to place is leading to their rapidly replacing older technologies. Optical fibers have played a key role in making possible the extraordinary growth in worldwide communications that has occurred in the last 25 years and are vital in enabling the proliferating use of the Internet. As optical fiber networks have expanded into the home and businesses, the way we live, work, and play has changed forever. For consumers, fiber enables delivery of entertainment and interactive media such as HD TV, gaming systems, and high-speed internet access. Through the internet, people around the world are able to use email, conduct research, participate in online learning opportunities, teleconference with family and friends, telecommute with work colleagues, consult with experts from numerous fields, watch videos and movies on demand, manage their finances, and so much more in business. Businesses are also increasingly reliant on tools and services enabled by optical fiber, from e-learning to the delivery of life-saving medical technology and medical consultations to the secure transfer of data between businesses and individuals. Optical fiber has spawned numerous technologies that have streamlined the ways in which organizations around the world communicate, increasing productivity and profitability. With its very crucial role in all aspects of life and businesses within Indonesia context, what it takes to develop the fiber optic industry competitiveness in this country. From several resources, MNC Business Report for Economic Buzz. Back on Economic Buzz, this program can also be seen through StarHub Asia Channel 121 Singapore, and in Singapore we're also now airing through MNC International. With me, Erwin Suryabrata. Please left Mr. Aditya Teja. He is the Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. Knowledge to decide. Okay, that's the tagline. Mr. Teja, this is very interesting and open up also new dimension or the perspective, the way we look at business in the telecommunication industry. Earlier, all of this time we only cared and everything simply defined by the market share, the ratio, the percentage. But they basically skip this very crucial aspect, wallet share, because one person can have these three, even more, multiple devices, and sometimes the budget expense, something that we have to bear into consideration as well. Recently, people talk about this increasing middle income society. From the price-wise aspect, do you think that it's still vulnerable when you talk about Indonesian consumers toward the pricing issue from the telco industry?
We see that the customer have the middle income customer is gaining in Indonesia. Then we see for the basic service like voice and SMS, I think it's considered to be low and affordable for all. I think all the customers not to concern about that anymore, and we see that operators are offering like free on-net calls to your friends or something. And then, however, to get a new service like data service right now, people tend to pay higher price, or they're willing to pay a higher price to get a better and faster connectivity. So we see a slightly change in the customer behavior as well in here. So it's kind of, when you get a best performance, a good service from your operators, they're willing to pay more.
Well, when we try to tracing back the journey of the telecommunication evolution or even revolution in Indonesia, how dynamic actually our telecommunication revolution. Earlier everyone is eyeing on this voice and SMS, now everyone moved to the data consumption. Are we moving very quick, following the track of whatever happened in the global scale, or?
Yes, I think in terms of market trends or telecommunication trends, we are competing with others developed country as well, and even the more mature country. So back in like 2008, 2009, when the tariff war happened, all the operators are offering their 0 point something rupiah for voice and SMS.
They make it free at a particular time.
And free SMS, like 100,000 free SMS. So that was back then, and operators are trying to grab as much as the customer base for them to grow. Now it's slightly different. It's more segmented in terms of data services that happening right now. So people are slightly looking for the operators that have more stable and reliable service, and that's the key for the operator, to get a reliable and faster speed for the customer to get. So it's the other way around with the basic service. So we see that even some operators are focusing only for data. They give their voice and SMS for benefit, as a benefit, or as for free.
So in the end, winning everybody's and capturing the attention from all of the Indonesian market is not relevant anymore. They have to be much more segmented. Even the super niche market could be very promising at prospective front. I believe Spire Research and Consulting also do a lot of finding and research on this kind of price war issue much earlier in Indonesia. Can it be considered as a breakthrough in business back then, or on the other way around, on the contrary, it can be considered as the destructive event or circumstances, because you said the CDMA are being hurted the most by this kind of price war happening in Indonesian market earlier?
Yes, looking at the CDMA value proposition at its first stage, when CDMA was born in Indonesia, they offer a cheap voice and SMS tariff compared to the GSM, but with least coverage, because when people move to other area, they have to change their number or something. It's more like fixed wireless phone. But when the GSM players went down into the tariff war, it hurts them so bad. I think right now, not one single CDMA player is recovered from that occasion. So, so they have to find a way to survive. And one thing is they're focusing on data service that now is a trend in order to survive in this tight competition.
Alright, when now we are reaching the age of data service, I would like to ask you later on your opinion, how do you see this kind of infrastructure support? Can it be, or is it already been provided by Indonesia? After this one, Mr. Teja, make sure you are still with us on Economic Buzz. We are going to discuss more about cellular market in Indonesia. This is MNC Business Channel.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business. This luxurious way of life are their success. Executive, Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. on MNC Business.
Hari ini rupiah di pasar spot melemah 0,2%.
Dealing Room, Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. on MNC Business.
Selamat pagi.
Salah satu brand terdepan
Satu bagian bisnis
Dan sama-sama menarik perhatian traders.
di Betul Value
selama beberapa waktu terakhir. Sesuatu yang besar
Berawal dari sini.
melihat peluang investasi di Indonesia. Namun sebelumnya berikut kami sampaikan strategi bermain saham
and analyze the Indonesian market.
dan Business Special Report membedahnya untuk Anda.
perkembangan di dunia pasar modal. Prospek dan langkah bisnis tepat dan akurat.
Lihat sih kondisi fundamental itu tidak ada yang jelek ya.
Ide usaha dan tips keuangan dari para ahli di bidang perekonomian Indonesia
tercipta
sampai dengan berita ekonomi terupdate yang akan mendampingi setiap perjalanan bisnis Anda. Jadilah pelaku bisnis handal dan bersiaplah memasuki level tertinggi dunia perbisnisan bersama channel bisnis pertama di Indonesia, MNC Business. On MNC Business.
It is expected that 4G LTE technology will bring Indonesia to the corridor of advanced nation status and function as infrastructure to impact people's life with the best wireless broadband internet that is 10 times faster at affordable price. .4G LTE empowers full capacity utilization of smart devices. This year, there will be about 25 million smart devices sold in Indonesia, mostly in Jakarta. And next year, another 35 million. What is critically lacking is speed. And with 4G LTE, the demand for speed becomes accessible to the public. Bolt Super 4G LTE is fully committed to provide broadband wireless internet service for personal use, small and medium enterprises, or major corporations with 10 times faster speed than any existing services today. With 10 times faster broadband wireless internet access speed, more than 10 million of ABC1 social class living in Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, and Bekasi will easily experience the quality and speed of mobile broadband internet that has never been before. Bolt Super 4G LTE is committed to improve people's life through technology, where mobile broadband internet connectivity has an important role in this matter. Bolt has also identified this as a great opportunity to bring 4G LTE technology that could give 10 times faster speed. As the first 4G LTE commercial in Indonesia, Bolt Super 4G LTE is available in affordable prices for wider public, so that it can bring new experience that transforms people's way of using internet to differentiate 4G LTE with other internet mobile broadband technology service providers. MNC Business Report for Economic Buzz. You are still with us on Economic Buzz. We still bring our discussion about cellular market in Indonesia. Mr. Teja, earlier you talked about it's time for us, the business player in this industry, should understand what actually the consumer demand or expect from our service, the product that is provided to them. You said the first priority is they are really concerning about this kind of speed experience. Apart from this kind of speed experience, can you elaborate more about the market expectation toward telecommunication industry product and services? Let's start with the speed first.
Okay, so I think in digital world, the speed is everything. I think so. People tend, people tend to, when you open something, when you do the browsing, there's a rule, the 8-second rule. When you open something not opening in 8 seconds, they will switching. They will switch to other. So first thing is speed is for common. Second one is infrastructure. So we see that people are like complaining. A lot of people complain about the speed. However, they don't know about what is it in the backbone in our network. So first of all, Indonesia is an archipelago country. It's not like Malaysia or Singapore, one
being
single
united.
So it's hard for the infrastructure provider to build like fiber optic submarine cable.
I see. We talk about interconnectivity,
Right.
I believe.
So that's when operators coming in with the BTS, the number of BTS, it can cover area wider with the up into the eastern part of Indonesia. So in a way it helps the government as well to get a connected Indonesia, all over Indonesia connected to the internet. So
Where are we now, Mr. Teja? By the way, when we talk about increasing or advancing the Indonesian interconnectivity, do you think that one day this really hamper the business in telco industry? Because archipelagically, as you said, we are so much different. We cannot simply compare apple to Singapore and Malaysia. That's why they are much more advanced, because they are consist of just one single island. While us, we have this kind of interconnectivity issue.
Right.
Do you think it's going to be another obstacle for the business?
of course it's an obstacle, but I mean with the operators we can do using the satellite, using the BTS, it can cover more, and working together with other operators, it helps all in united. So connectivity all around Indonesia, I think government have initial plan to have a connected Indonesia to internet. It's still in progress though, but be patient though. I think it takes time, I think.
Yeah. Okay, another promising thing about telco industry, everything is being offered at the affordable price. In this case, when we talk about affordable price, not to use the word cheap, from the business perspective, from the business angle, can we still anyway expect this kind of high return on investment when we really have a lot of capital on this, because everything coming in the very affordable price?
Okay. Talking about the connectivity, I think at the end game, it's the connectivity will only serve as a vehicle. So the application on top of it will drive a revenue for that. So that's why, as you know, we call it the OTT, over the top provider. It's like Google, Facebook, and others like now it's Line, Kakao. Is reaping the benefit of this connectivity, because they don't have to build the infrastructure. They don't have to spend all the money to the hardest part, but they reap the benefit from the customer.
Still, anyways.
Now people is having the translate like Googling. Facebook is very big. So it's interesting to see that how the OTT provider grab the market, and it somehow is considered as a threat to the operator itself, because they have to build the network and other people reap the benefit of it.
I see. So we should take several preventive actions, in particular in terms of avoiding that pitfall, if I may use that word. Mr. Teja, we still have 2 more segments to discuss about this. Economic Buzz will be back soon with more of you from Mr. Aditya Teja, Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
While you're sipping your coffee, let us serve you our breakfast menu.
Kemarin turunnya cukup dalam ya, tetapi
Kita lihat Dow Jones mengalami pelemahan
kenaikan tetapi di bawah ekspektasi.
1 hour economy business.
Dan bursa kenaikan harga gas LPG 12 kg hingga 60% mengejutkan banyak pihak, terutama masyarakat pengguna gas.
Power breakfast on MNC Business.
Special promo financial report on MNC Business. Starting from your company logo and tagline to revenue growth chart. Also, net profit growth chart. Continued by brief yet comprehensive video profile. Closed with your company logo and tagline or jingle. For advertisement order, please call
Is brief only on MNC Business.
Designing for iPad means rethinking everything. Tablets have a lot of screen real estate, and it is about time to put it to good use. Caused by Opera does way more than merely migrating the lessons learned from desktop computers to a tablet. The web browsers on the market today are, by and large, just faster, prettier versions of their Stone Age ancestors, developed decades ago to support extremely limited uses of the internet. For almost 2 decades, Opera has designed and distributed alternative desktop, mobile, and tablet-optimized web browsers, and on their latest breakthrough, caused by Opera, they have put it all to good use. Designed specifically for the iPad, Coast isn't just an improvement on existing tablet browsers, not even their own or a condensed version of a desktop browser. Instead, it's a complete reimagination of what a tablet browser should look like, act like, and feel like for the way we use tablets most. Coast by Opera is a web browser that's the perfect match for our iPad. It dispenses with most old browsers' conventions, such as back and forward buttons, and replaces navigation with gestures, just as you expect from an iPad app. The brains behind Coast have put a lot of effort into the visual style, making the most out of iPad screen real estate, and have polished Coast look and feel to a fine shine. Coast is different. It reimagines how the web should be viewed, so never expect to find the features other browsers have, or to browse the same way. Focus on the web, not on how we navigate it. Unlike other browsers, there is no need to learn it, as it's very intuitive. Therefore, it's about unlearning the browser. Coast also been named as Digital Accessories of the Year at Singapore Digital Fashion Week 2013 last October, where 8 top local designers create a customized wallpaper that users can download and use it as their wallpaper in the browser. Coast also been named as Digital Accessories of the Year at Singapore Digital Fashion Week 2013 last October, where 8 top local designers create a customized wallpaper that users can download and use it as their wallpaper in the browser. What kind of market potential Coast by Opera can expect from the Indonesian user? From several resources, MNC Business Report for Economic Buzz. You're watching Economic Buzz with Silaf Mr. Aditya Teja. He's the Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. Knowledge to decide to share his view of the topic that we bring up in this talk show. Thank you for standing by. Very interesting and short PT from Opera when we talk about the product offered and provided to our customer nowadays. You just mentioned, and this is reminding when you use this line, basically it's nothing different with the fashion industry. We talk about trend when we talk about telco industry, but given Indonesian current situation as well, customer and business environment, this is very colorful and dynamic. Earlier, Nokia becoming the king in this country.
Yes.
Later, BlackBerry came as the sexy princess. Nowadays, everyone start leaving and divorcing BlackBerry. What is in your mind on this when we talk about this kind of predicting the key trend? Is it easy to be predicted when we talk about the trend?
I think the key is to understand the customer behavior and the customer preference. So in this fast-moving technology, people have a preference and keep changing and keep evolving. So if you do not follow the market trends, you'll get left behind so quickly. So it happens with the Nokia. They are still confident in their like we call it feature phone.
Yeah.
When the smartphone era came in, iPhone came, Samsung came, and came the BlackBerry. Nokia is still confident with their sales in the feature phone, so that what happened. And BlackBerry, when they come, the customer behavior is swifting. Keyboard, okay, but now it's more the touchscreen and the application, and BlackBerry cannot catch up with that. Now they are the one that have to catch up with the other players with the newest BlackBerry 10 OS. So it's keep evolving the market, and the customer behavior, the way they do this is changing rapidly. So the key is have to follow the customer.
It's a major question as well, Mr. Teja. Do you think BlackBerry will suffer the same nightmare as Nokia? Do you think what are being doing by BlackBerry nowadays could save and secure them and winning and capturing the heart of the Indonesian consumer again?
I think in the global market, we can see that BlackBerry is slowly diminishing. It's the market share is
a strong word, diminishing. Meaning they are going to take on.
Right. I think they are being heavily battered by the Apple and Samsung, because we know Samsung is very aggressive, global and local in Indonesia as well. However, I think in Indonesia, looking at the high-end smartphone, yes, BlackBerry is lost its dominant. But for low-end, I think the fan base is still there, because they do have a low-end smartphone BlackBerries, and it captures a lot of Indonesian market. And I think when seeing people attached to the BlackBerry, it's something that they tend to have connected to the device. So it's keyboard, it's BBM. They still have strong base in the low-end market, I think.
Mr. Steve Jobs, he's a god to me, really, because he understands how to put emotional attachment in its product and innovation. When we talk about these high-end smartphones, BlackBerry and Samsung, which one do you think is going to be much more sustainable when we projecting or predicting for the much longer run in terms of winning the heart of the Indonesian consumer? But if you don't mind, maybe we can keep it for the last segment. You are more than welcome to mention about the brand, by the way. Okay. Make sure you are still with us. We still have one more segment on Ibas talking about cellular market in Indonesia.
Stay tuned for more business insights on MNC Business.
First for economy updates. Business news from Indonesia.
Uang industri elektronik nasional di tahun 2014 ini diperkirakan tidak akan melebihi realisasi pertumbuhan pada tahun ini.
Revenue. On MNC Business. Here, you could find the best way to stay healthy in your executive lifestyle. To always keep you in shape. Body in shape. On MNC Business, in-depth news in business world. Based on real facts, captured on special report every Sunday at 11 a.m. on MNC Business. Dalam Body in Shape, only on MNC Business.
Opportunities in the online industry in Indonesia are boosted by the massive growth of internet users in Indonesia. When more people use the internet, more people can generate something out of it and utilize it to do a lot more things. The majority of today's consumers are actively personalizing their digital experiences and sampling niche content, information, and video with increasing frequency.
Like it or not, buying and selling things over the internet has become more and more of a daily activity for us, in Indonesia and across the world. Although trust and payment issues are sometimes hindering e-commerce progress, Indonesia is still a target of youth investments thanks to its online shopping potential. This is most notable by the number of e-commerce sites which have mushroomed just this year alone. Indonesia is emerging as one of the most robustly growing e-commerce destinations in Asia and across the world. Indonesia combines some very favorable parameters deemed crucial for the progressive e-commerce needs. This includes rising internet usage volume, encouraging economic growth, and a substantial population. While internet penetration in Indonesia is proceeding apace with a total number of online users now in excess of about 50 million, e-commerce has yet to establish itself as a part of Indonesian commercial culture. According to international consulting company Frost & Sullivan, there is strong e-commerce potential in Indonesia, but only if private and government institutions are willing to lay the foundation for growth. A lack of 3G telecoms infrastructure, only 19% of total mobile coverage, means that Indonesia still tends to rely on 2.5G. The e-commerce sector as a whole is currently dominated by advertisement, 39%, games, 11.54%, and music videos, 2.7%. Indonesia is currently experiencing rapid growth with the potential to grow tenfold by 2015 if it receives the necessary infrastructural and regulatory support. MNC Business Report for IBAS.
We have reached our segment talking about cellular market in Indonesia, and we're going to have another view from Mr. Aditya Teja. He's the Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting to conclude his view toward our topic. Well, earlier, learning from what's been happening to Nokia and BlackBerry, now everyone is like shifted their mindset. They're becoming Samsung and Apple minded. Well, learning the philosophy of Steve Jobs, Mr. Steve Jobs seems to have really very strong strategy in terms of making whatever products coming from him becoming so much emotional. So we can expect this kind of personal attachment. When we talk about this kind of business sustainability, are you able in terms of projecting what will happen to Samsung and Apple in Indonesia?
Probably it's more on their innovation, because right now I think after the sort of like innovation in the past few years, during the FaceTime, the air gesture or something, I think now they are more towards the hardware, because to get the best performance in your device, you have to bring your best hardware to that. So the hardware is one thing, and then the killer application is the key. So people will attach to those killer application, and that's the key to success to those device manufacturer. And working with the OTT provider, so it can create like a whole ecosystem of the telecommunication. So it's not competing or killing each other, but working together to create a nice and sustainable ecosystem.
For the closing and summing up question, Mr. Teja, you happen to become the Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. Why Spire Research and Consulting also have this kind of strong concern and interest on the telco industry in Indonesia? In your research, your analysis?
Yeah, because we see that this industry is very fast moving, and the industries keep changing, and players and the operators are looking for the best way how to react to the competitors' performance, competitor activity. So we inspire, we provide like insights to get you into the how to deal with the market condition right now, or even preventing if the market is going to.
Alright. Yes. Mr. Aditya Teja, Senior Manager, Client Service, Telecommunication at Spire Research and Consulting. My best regard to your winning team, Mr. Jeffrey Barr as well. And thank you so much for your time. Have a very nice weekend to you, sir. And that's a wrap up our talk show for this time. Hope to have you soon in the next Economic Buzz with other issues to bring up in the discussion. And Edwin Suryabrata, wishing you best luck in doing your business today. Let's talk about your business in IBAS, only on MNC Business. We are the first business channel in Indonesia. Have a nice weekend, everyone.